Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I'm your host, Young, Bo, Easy. I would like to welcome you to the show. You are now tuned in to Knicks and Dimes. All right, man. Coming off a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder again. This time without their two leading scorers, if I'm not mistaken, Lou Dort and SGA Gilgis Alexander. Um, 25 and 33 is the record for the New York Knicks right now. Good game, back and forth the whole time, man. 13 lead changes, was tied 12 times. So it was a lot of exchanging, a lot of buckets back and forth, a lot of sexy individual play. There's a lot of sexy, as far as the stat line goes, for a lot of individual players in this game. Uh, we could not pull this one out, just like the one in Utah, just like the one with the Lakers, just like the one with Portland recently, and maybe some others before that. We just couldn't pull this game out. And lost by 4 points, 127 and 123. Before I even get into everything else, I'm going to get into the stat line like we normally do. So I just want to start off with saying happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. I hope y'all having a great day. Phenomenal day. Hope y'all really enjoying y'all time. For those of y'all that took the time to watch the game in between that, I hope you enjoyed the game nonetheless. Before you got that, little heartbreak, but hopefully, that person that's by your side is, rubbing your head and make you feel a little better about the situation. Uh, Going into the Thunder stat line, 23, 8, and 3 for Darius Bazley. 28, 11, and 12 for Josh Giddey. First person to have their debut in the Garden and have a triple-double. This kid he's phenomenal. This was like my first real sighting of Josh Giddey. Like, to be able to see him full game-wise, like, you don't get to see too many Thunder games. And this was just a phenomenal showing. His confidence, his poise, he's a hell of a player, but that's something I could get into moving forward. Tre Mann, Florida Gator, 30 and 2, along with an assist. 13, 4, and 3 for Terrence Williams, 10 and 4 for Derek Favors, and 13, 1, and 4 for Ty Jerome. On the next side of things, 30, 13, and 10 for Julius Randle, 19 and 7 for Quentin Grimes, 14 and 17 for Mitch Robinson, 29, 4, and 5 for Evan Fournier, 9, 3, and 5, 11, 11, 6, and 3 for Alec Burks. And that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a lot of sexy stat lines in this game, man, I'm telling you. But still couldn't pull this game out. They shot 50% from the floor, 38% from deep, and 66% from the line. We actually shot good today from the line, 81%, which isn't so bad, 18 for 22. But shot 30% from deep, 15 for 50. And this was a game that went into overtime, but 41% from the field. We beat them on the rebounds by 10. So this wasn't like the Portland game where we lost Mitch and we lost that rebound deficit, I believe, 19 to 7 in the fourth quarter. It was something like that. It was brutal, the rebound discrepancy that we lost in that fourth quarter, which pretty much put the game out of reach for us. They got to that comeback. Anthony Simons was hitting shots, and Nurkic was taking advantage of every offensive rebound that was clinging off the rim. And we lost that game, and this was nothing like that, but this was more so they like you heard on the press conferences, if you watch that, they lived in the pain. We just could not pull this out. There was a point in this game where Uh, it was 110 to 106 for about 3 minutes, and with and nobody scored until it was like Josh Giddey was at the line with 1 minute and 7 seconds left, and that's when it became 107. Ironically, and then he scored two free throws, so pretty much 108, 110. After he scored those two free throws, it's 108, 110. Grimes hit a nice little layup to pretty much help us get into that overtime situation. But we would have never been in that situation if I feel like if you just draw plays. I feel like, and this is a complaint that I've been having for a little while now. It's just like, so Grimes been somebody who's just getting out shots on his own. He's going out there and he's creating shots off of somebody's doubling or somebody's sagging in too low on defense or too low. But like they're just closing the gaps too much on defense, and then we kick it out, and Grimes is there. He pops up immediately. Fournier had to get some shots up that weren't exactly some comfortable, but it's like if you just draw up plays for these guys to get open, we have design plays for specific players like that are shooters, especially. That can make the thing a lot easier, but we're doing stuff at the end of the game to try to close the game that they've been seeing all game. It's the down screen for Fournier. Oh, pop up. See if you could get something. Oh, no, like let's keep playing around with the screen back and forth. No, all right, let's get to something else. And when somebody is hot, pause, we ride them for a little way too long until we see that they're definitely cold. Oh, okay, you can't give us nothing. Let's see if we can figure something else out. So this is just the way we've been losing these games. That's very, very poor, especially these last two, Thunder and Portland. We needed these games. The Nets are a little bit dismantled, but they just got their new pieces, Drummond and Seth Curry, so that might help them out a little bit when we play them on Wednesday. But the schedule is not on our side. We had these two little cake games that we were supposed to definitely take advantage of. We let it slip in the fourth quarter. But you got to give credit to the Thunder also, man. They put up a fight, man. They was not going down without a fight. Every time we seemed to get a little lead, they came right back, and whether it was hit a three or they got into the paint or they got a lot of talented young guys. Giddey, like I said, man, the confidence, the poise. This is a triple double machine in the making right here. This guy is something different. I do see like this might be a situation where if they're not, unless him and SGA really, really figure it out, one of them is going to go, and I believe it's going to be SGA because they're probably going to want to build around somebody like that. And if he starts knocking down that three-point shot, the league is in complete danger. Like this is an MVP candidate kind of dude right here. Like the stat lines he can be getting night to night is disgusting. Especially if he gets a jump shot. Like this is gonna be a triple double machine in the making. I'm glad I got to see Josh Giddey. The first game he didn't necessarily play; he was hurt, and SGA took care of us instead. So we got a taste of what both of these guys could do. Pause. But 38 bench points for them to our 22 is just all around, man. They pretty much took care of us, man. We just couldn't close the game, and they missed free throws when we really, really needed them to miss free throws, and take advantage of that. And we just couldn't. You would think you got the young guys and you got vets, and we got some young guys too, but it's like you would think, all right, we know how to close games. We can't. We can't close games against the Lakers. We can't close games against Utah. We almost messed up the thing against Golden State and let that go into OT. Thank God we won that one. but it's just really really hard right now to have lots of hope because now we got the Nets. We could win that one, but who knows what's going on. Then you got the Heat. They handled business the last time we played them. Um, but this time we'll be at the Garden. Hopefully that'll help us out a little bit. But that's a team that got it figured out. So we we really got to come with it if we're gonna be doing anything. We got the Sixers back to back, Suns, Clippers, Kings, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Nets. That's just like, and then after that we got a little, sprinkle of games that that's not gonna hurt us too much. That we could definitely win, such as Trailblazers. We got Wizards again, like Jazz, Hawks. Like those are some games that we match up well with these kind of teams. But it's if we're gonna find a way to get into this playing game, we gotta figure something out. We really gotta figure something out. I don't know what's to blame, if it's rotations, if blah blah blah. Like it's just quickly hasn't been shooting that great. He's been shooting like 25% in the last like 16 games, I believe. Grimes is shooting well. Cam Reddish is still getting his feet under him. He had a great game in the 19 minutes that he played most recently. I believe that was when we played the Warriors. He had 12, 3, and 2 in those 19 minutes, which was real good, along with a steal and a block, if I'm not mistaken. So we got to get him a little more into that rotation. Alec Burks hasn't been coming with it like normally. I believe he probably had like 5 points or something like that today. It's just, it is. And Tibbs now is talking about, oh, I'm like losing my train of thought in the fourth quarter. That's not the kind of things you want to hear from your coach. In the fourth quarter is when you're losing your train of thought. That's ridiculous. Like that's not the type of things you want to be hearing. So this team has a lot of things to figure out. And man, the punchline is on Valentine's Day, you really, really wish you had a rose. You know what I'm saying? We really, really need a rose. Because this is the type of stuff where it's like you give him the ball, he'll either close it himself or he's going to get somebody open. He can create enough force for, the people that everybody is concerned about. So Fournier hitting shots throughout the whole game and Grimes is hitting shots throughout the whole game. When people start getting attached to these shooters, Derrick Rose could be the one to penetrate and be like, all right, I got to worry about this guy too. So let me slide in and then pause. And then once he got you all concerned, he could kick out again and get these guys a little more room to get their shots off. So that's where you miss D Rose. So we got this week. Hopefully we could close out this Brooklyn game with a win. We get on this break, and then that's when we're in the clear because it looks like D Rose should be coming back as soon as this All-Star break is over. So the sooner he comes back, he got to get into that little rhythm of his, of course, but that's really pretty much our last strand of hope. When he comes in, that should give us a little boost of energy. And I think everybody just also likes playing with Derrick Rose. It's much easier to just get into a flow of things once he's on the court, because if things get stagnant, he's just going to do it himself. And that's what you love about having Derrick Rose as a certain leader of the team. So, hey, man, that's what it is, man. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Sorry for missing out. I was battling pneumonia for a couple of those games. I missed out on the breakdowns of whatnot. But I'm good now. I should be here for these next couple of games consistently. Hopefully I can stay healthy and I keep bringing these to you after these games. So after this next game, I'll be right here to give you that breakdown. You already know what it is. It's your host, Young Bo Easy. You've been watching Knicks and Dimes. Love, gratitude, positive attitude is the motto. You already know how we do it, and I'll catch you on the next one.